Hey, welcome back to the Car Sucker. My name is Jimmy Prater. I'm a car close. That's what I am. I close and close and close. I close car deals. And I want you to close and close and close car deals. General managers, general sales managers, let's talk a little bit. Why are you always the last one to know when your top salesperson or someone that's extremely productive, one of your soldiers leaves and goes to your competition? Why are you the last to know? Is it because your leadership skills? Now, I'm not here to tell you how to lead because you obviously know how to lead. You're doing something well because you're in your position. But what's the reason why? What's the core? What's the real truth? Do you have an idea? Why are you the last person to know when one of your top producers leaves and goes to your competitor? How do you prevent it? How do you prevent it? By not being so complacent. That's the biggest portion of it. You can't be complacent. You got to always keep training and training and training. The best medicine for complacency is training. But that's not the core, the real answer to that question of why you're the last person to know is because you're not involved. You're an outsider looking in. You're not a leader. You're not a true leader. I don't want to give you the bad news. However, you got some leadership skills because you're there. Somebody believes in you to have your position. You got to be involved in the sales. You got to be involved with your soldiers. You got to be involved, get involved. You have to engage. I was asked by somebody a long time ago, a great person that I respected in the industry, says, Jimmy, how come when you go into a dealership, you're like a spark plug, it just lights up things? I said, because I get engaged. I engage in the processes. I engage in the sales process, the sales closing process, the figures of the sales closing process. I engage in desking deals, and I engage in transforming that deal into the finance department. That's why. I don't want to be the last one to know. I don't want to be the last one to know that one of my top producers of selling cars is making me money, the dealership money, and most of all, he's making money or she's making money. Why am I the last to know? That's not going to happen to me. No way. No way. Not on my watch. And you should have that same mentality. Okay, you don't like an individual because of some kind of personality conflict. Get over it. You don't like that individual that works for you, even though they're being very successful and a top producer. You don't like that individual because of some reason, some ridiculous reason. Get over it. Be a real leader. Be a true leader. Get involved. Engage. Training is a big thing. And this is the reason why training is so big. If you're constantly learning something new, something fun, and I'm not talking about beating it down on them. I'm talking about having fun. I'm talking about energetic training. I'm talking about having the salespeople engage in the sales meetings. Why can't a salesperson give a sales meeting? Let them feel like they're part of the team because they are. And without them, you have nothing. You're just floating in air. You got nothing. You got to be... You just have to engage in the salespeople's sales processes. You know, do you actually know, if you're a manager, do you actually know what the sales process is? Did you skip a step becoming a salesperson before becoming a closer and get right on the desk? Did that happen to you? Because maybe if it did and you're there, that's okay. But maybe you really need to learn how to close. You know, I hear this all the time. I'm a desk guy because I'm the best closer. The best closers are out on your floor. The best closers are making you the money. The best closers aren't sitting behind a computer screen. No, you're an auditor. If you're sitting behind a computer screen, you're an auditor. That's what you do. You audit. I hear these other card trainers out there, and they talk about this. They say, as soon as you bring a deal, someone brings a deal to the desk, you analyze it. No, you know, we talked about this before. You say thank you. That's what you got to do. But you got to know what lane you're in. Old saying in the Army, you know, fire your own target. Stay in your own lane. Don't do it. Don't come in my lane and shoot my target. I got my target. You either a closer or you're not a closer. Salespeople, you know what you are. Salespeople are closers. Think about if you could bring in different motivators and different closers who close around this industry like me. You bring me to your dealership and say, hey, here's how I do it. Or desk guys, let's change it up a little bit. Let's have a little fun. Let's not just put the show, shout, and shove in their face and take that back out to the customer. Hey, how about this? The car sharker's got 21 different proposals. Why aren't you trying one of them out? 21 different proposals. I don't understand why you're not trying it. What are you doing in your internet department? Are you really using your phone scripts? And what phone scripts are you using? Is it pretend phone scripts? Meaning hey, the general manager or the dealer's walking through, so everybody, act like you're using your phone scripts because you know what? I do mystery shops, so I know that's what's happening. So, we've got the phone scripts. Why aren't you buying them? Why aren't you buying the phone scripts? Why aren't you telling me I need you here? Jimmy, you get over here so you can train my people on the phone scripts. I'd be more than happy to. Or if you have something in the internet department that's really working and you just really can't put a finger on it, call me. Let's rap about it. Let's talk why that's happening. We need leaders in this business. We need leaders in this business. It's just, if we don't have the leaders in this business, our customer retention is just going to go down, 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 down. And we want to keep our people. We want to keep our salespeople. We don't want to be the last to know. As a manager, you don't want to be last to know that your top producer is leaving. There's signs. There's a sign out there. You can see it. You can sense it. You just don't want to admit it. Well, a salesperson who's selling a lot of cars is always I don't want to say complaining, but he's bringing up something or she's bringing up something to say, hey, why didn't I make any more money on this deal? Why always questioning the vouchers. When they sold a vehicle, they question the voucher, they question their commission. That's a sign that, hey, that's a problem. You got to fix it. You have to fix that problem right away. Are you using dealer participation forms? If not, go to thecarsharker.com and get them. It's real simple. There's so many things here that can help a salesperson put tools in their toolbox that can help them sell more cars. And frankly, I don't think you're doing it. You need to be doing that. And look, dealers, this is for dealers. General managers, you should be doing this every day. But dealers, walk into your showroom. Just walk. And it's kind of like going hunting. When you go hunting, you want to shoot that deer. You stay still, you stay silent, you listen. So walk out there in your showroom and just listen and watch and observe. See what's going on. If you don't hear much action, if you don't hear people with high energy, high enthusiasm, you have a problem. Because this business requires high energy and high enthusiasm. And when people say it's constantly changing, yes, it is, but the nuts and bolts are still there. The framework's still there. Things change. It does. It changes. Marketing changes. Promotions change. Vehicles are still the same. They still got 4 tires. That doesn't change. We have a process, and that process should be closing. But for whatever reason, it's gone to the soft side. The soft side. We soft close now. If you continue to soft close, you won't keep salespeople. Because they have to make money. And if you don't have a floor manager, it might be an issue. If you need a floor manager and you have an outstanding salesperson that you think could be a great floor manager, let's train that salesperson. Let's train that salesperson. Let's train them. Let's train that this person to be a closer, a floor manager. Let's get them some leadership classes. Let's talk to them about leadership. But before we do that, you desk guys, general managers, general sales managers, you have to be a leader yourself. You have to engage. You got to be part of the sale. You have to be part of the business. You have to be part of the sales process, the closing process, and you have to understand it. And I want to help you understand it. I want some feedback from what I just talked about. I want you to contact me. Let's talk. Let's engage in communication. I would never, ever in a million years have a beat down session of a conversation in a sales meeting. If you're doing that, you're not going to keep your salespeople. They're looking. If you are pumping them up, they're staying. If they are making money, they're staying. If they see the light at the end of the tunnel that they could possibly be that dealer, they're staying. You know, you want a salesperson, general managers, listen to me closely. You want a salesperson to tell you, I want your job someday. Because that's the person you want that's going to be productive for you. Because what do you want? You want to buy the store someday. You want to surround yourself with successful-minded people. People buy from people. People play off of people's energy. They react off of energy. It's all about energy. We got to have a closing process. Closers of the figures, not the product, not product specialists. Closers of the figures when you go out. What's the first thing you must know before closing a deal? The first thing you should know is everything about the deal. So you have the intel of what the next process is going to be, which is being properly introduced. Now that's just a sliver, tiny little sliver of advice for you. Call Car Sharker. I want to know what's going on. Down there on the bottom of your screen is a little square. It's an icon, a little Sharky icon. It says subscribe. Click that, please. Click the bell next to it. I'll notify you every time I upload a new video. You guys are great. You guys are great. You're great because you're in this business, because you want to be successful, and because you know there's money in this, and you smell it. You smell the dough. You smell it. You smell it. Yeah, you smell it. You smell the dough. Where's the dough? The dough's right there. The dough's right there. You got millions and millions and millions of dollars of product. All you got to do is just sell it. Sling the iron. Sling it. Let's go. Come on. You can do it. Let's go. All right. Now, the next time you see a customer, you know what you need to do? You need to look the customer right in the eye. Just give your customer a hug and say, oh, I'm going to make so much money off of you. And go out there and do it. And go out there and do it. And close the sale. Yeah.